Today's show is sponsored by SeatGeek. I'm talking about the #1 rated ticketing app. Over 28 million downloads or purchases through the SeatGeek app, along with over 70,000 events offered. I mean, what are we talking about here, baby? When we're looking at sporting events, especially with the NFL season being back around, we know our favorite black and gold team has a pretty cool game this weekend across the pond. Well, for those new customers out there, you know I got something for you, okay? Because see, you're going to use this promo code Moats, right? And when you do that, along with, using this app, you get a chance to see all the cool stuff that SeatGeek has to offer, all right? So as I pull up the different games and stuff like that, it tells me all the examples of stuff that I want to see, how many tickets I need, where the seats are good at, and everything in between. But use the promo code Moats, receive $20 off of your first order with SeatGeek. It is that simple. But now it's time to get back to regularly scheduled programming. What's the word? What's the word, man? We are joined right now by Tyler Candelaria. Man, you got the beard on you, boy. You look good over there, man. Hey.
What's going on? What's going on? It's great to chat again. Great to chat as always. Super excited about this.
Heck yeah, man. Always good to see you, man. While you over here world travel, I'm like, yo, Tyler, where you at? Oh, here. All right, bet. You got time. All right, cool, man. But I always appreciate you. You know this, man.
You know I'm always on the go. Always on the go.
Hey, you rather be busy than boys sitting around not doing nothing. All right, so shout out to you.
For sure.
Let's talk about it, man, because obviously, you've been doing an excellent job dropping the shorts, previews, reactions, everything in between, and the people obviously want to hear more. Okay, so we got to give you a little bit more. All right, so spread this thing out a little bit. How you feeling? First 3 games in, Steelers sitting at 2-1. I feel like amongst Steelers Nation, it's kind of like some people love it, some people are in, a little bit of a panic mode. Where are your energy at though with everything thus far?
Yeah, I try to. So I always have the fan side of me that you'll hear me react and sometimes be a little upset, but I also have the realist in me as well. So
okay.
I think starting from obviously week 1, I think week 1 was a great showing. I mean, offensively. I'll pause on the defensive side, but offensively. So, I just feel like since that game, it's went down. Like we went down, obviously, offensively. Defense has gotten better week by week on certain things, not everything, but certain things. I think that they're getting better. Obviously, they're getting healthier. That always helps. But yeah, I'm still the offense right now. It's back to kind of how I feel like the last few years have been, the last 2, 3, 4 years, and again, new exactly, new coordinators, same place. I did hear, Ben on his podcast say that maybe it's Aaron. He feels like that. Not obviously nothing personal against the O-line, but he doesn't have enough time. Like he didn't get sacked at all last game, but he got hit a lot. He keeps getting hit a lot, and he's about to be 42 years old. I mean, that takes a toll on your body. But listen, I'm not gonna panic too much yet. I mean, we went up 14-0 quick last week. I thought it was really, I was like, we're going to get the blowout. Like, we were going to get the blowout. The offense looks good.
It's our time.
And it's just, it's never going to be that way. Every game for the Steelers is going to be close. That's just what it is at this point. We'll probably be outgained in half the wins, too. It's just what happens. But I'm not going to, what Aaron Rodgers, he said, it was like 10 years ago, but he dropped that, they started 0-3, 0-4, whatever it was. And he dropped everybody to relax, RELAX, relax. So it's Aaron Rodgers. He's a 4-time MVP. I know he's 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, but I'm going to my fan side is going to believe. My realist side is it's ticking, but my fan side is going to believe. The defense forced 5 turnovers last week, so I can't complain about that. I'm still frustrated. 3rd and long, 4th downs cannot stop.
I'm still frustrated.
They're what? Teams are converting at like a 60% clip or something like that. That is unbelievable. Like that's
absolutely
crazy. And I know it's crazy because I feel like, I don't know, maybe not as of recent, but I feel like even when the days of the Steelers having great offense, I feel like 3rd and longs have been a problem in the past too. Yes. I don't know, and maybe you can fill me in more. I'm sure you've talked. Everybody's been talking about that, but what's going on there? That's my if we played like we did on 1st and 2nd down, every down, I feel like defense would be unstoppable.
No, absolutely, and this is the issue, and it's more of a philosophy thing, and everybody is different with this, right? risk versus reward. First two downs, yeah, man, you want to find ways to get teams behind the sticks. When you get to third and long, now you're asking yourself, do I want to be ultra aggressive when I already technically have them behind the sticks? Or do you play like what you would see the Eagles do at times, where literally you watching all their guys are aligned at the sticks, but they're not giving any depth, but they know my passer is going to make this ball come out fast. So the thought process is, yeah, you align right here. We call it like a picket fence, so to speak. They throw that ball up in front because it has to come out quick. So you don't even have enough time to develop to even get that downfield route. So you're catching it at 5-7 yards. You might pick up 10, but hey, we off the field because you needed 13 to gain or you needed 15 to gain. Problem right now is these quarterbacks are able to hold it a little bit longer. Up until last week, I felt like last week we did a way better job with that, but still that does show up. And that's, something that they do got to address. And that's the flip side of, okay, do you want to get more aggressive and do more man-to-man coverage versus some of that softer zone coverage on third down? The risk versus reward is when you play man, you could give up an explosive play. I think back to the Killer B era, and that was when you would see them say, well, we don't play the sticks, we play beyond the sticks. It'd be third and short, and they throwing 30-yard bomb on you, right? Or it'd be, all right, y'all trying to play this type of coverage, but you're aggressive, double bump, all right, or double man, we're going to go fade on you, ball. You know what I'm saying? We send an AB or we send a juju up the seam on you right now, like different approaches to certain things like that. So that's just, a philosophy thing. And Arthur Smith, from what we've seen, it seems to be more of the, or not Arthur Smith, Terrell Austin, excuse me, from what we've seen, plays it more on the conservative when it's third and long, but that's who he is, though. He's a let your front four rush, play coverage behind, and it's predicated on that front four winning and winning fast. And when they don't do it, you kind of get what we experience at times where we're like,
Well, you know what I think it is too is now and even the last like few years, teams go for it on fourth down a lot. Now, like I feel like a lot of the times, however many years ago, you could kind of get away with teams weren't going for it as much as they are. They're risking. I mean, they just went for 4th and 1 at their own 15-yard line on us, and we allowed that. Come on, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous that we allowed that. I mean, and then it wasn't even a sneak; it was a pitch play. We were in the backfield.
And the crazy part too was this, right? We look at the result, but it was a missed tackle up there. It was a tackle for loss.
Yeah,
that would have been. Go for it on fourth down, big bravado, but that's a lot of ways to get you beat because that's just like a turnover. But the flip side was we ain't make the tackle, so they got the first down. But the emergence of analytics has really sparked why so many teams go for it on fourth down. And you can see there are pros to that approach. But I would push back and say, man, how many times have we seen the Steelers specifically get out of stadiums because of teams heavily on the analytics side? Hey, you go for it on fourth down, or you score, so you gotta go for it on 2. And we're like, no.
Well, that's the thing.
Do that, right? And it's like,
I'm to be honest, I'm never gonna like. It does suck when you let up a fourth down, but I'll never complain about it because like, oh, they're going for it at our 30. Like at least we stop them. They didn't even do 3, so I don't mind when they do it because I like you said, we've gotten a lot of stops in prior years, and that's helped because of that. So, and like you said though, I think missed tackles are probably a huge reason for. I mean, I don't know if we were first last week. I don't know if we're still or last. Yeah,
our tackling is not the best right now. All right? We get to the ball a lot, but it is not the best right now. All right.
Like I feel like we get to the quarter, like we've shown those blitzes, like we've blitzed Patrick Queen and we just miss. Like it's just for a second. Like it's those third. It would be on those third downs. He's coming, and it just it just doesn't happen.
So, but I'm glad you brought that up. So you saying that right there, right? You can see the same near misses that I see, right? Whether it's in the run game, we brought up the Cole Holcomb missing the tackle for a TFL on 4th and 1 on their own 13-yard line. We talked about how, man, you'll see the pass rush coming through where there's a blitzing linebacker or the front four and how they're almost getting there, but they're near misses. And this is the part where I say, are we optimistic about that? Or are we feeling like it's doom and gloom because of that? Because I think there's 2 ways that you could view it, just depending on how you see it, though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's tough because I feel like we're trying to bring back that Blitzburg because I feel like they've not done that the last few years, so they're trying, and I don't know, maybe it's biting them a little bit, but they're so close, like they're so. So I don't want to complain about it because I like the blitz, like I love it, I love it. So I think we're just like a half step off or something, like.
Hey Tyler, remember me and you were talking in the preseason, and we were talking about who plays and who doesn't play, right? Any of these dudes play this preseason like that? Not really, right? So part of that is also the byproduct of that.
Mhm.
And it's not an excuse for it, but it's the reality of it. It takes time
Right.
to get back into football speed,
Mhm.
game shape, the tackling, right? Because when are you hitting? Even in practice, a practice tackle feels way different than an NFL game tackle because you're not taking
Right.
the guy to the ground. It's
Right.
typically what we call thud, right? Get in position, you hit him, but you let him go. That
Yeah.
is way different than actually bringing a guy completely to the ground. So
Mhm.
when we see some of these near misses, I look at it from more of an optimistic standpoint, just because it's like, man,
It's gonna happen.
you're not going to keep
Yeah.
missing that tackle. I know
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
how many people aren't even getting in position to make the play? And I think that
Right.
that's the thing that we kind of lose sight on at time, because it's more of like, man, make the play. But it's like, yo,
Yeah.
how many people are even getting over there to even get in position? And that's the part where I'm like, yeah, give it another week or two. That should be making that play. And we
that's what
did see
I'm
them heat up a little bit more.
right. And that's what I'm excited about too, because again, I'm not guaranteeing any wins. I can't guarantee any wins with
Yeah, shoot, that
with the
makes two of us.
But
Definitely no blowouts. All right, no blowouts, no guarantees.
no. Well, listen, I think the upcoming game with the Vikings is going to be. I mean, Vikings defense is tough. Like they are good, and I know they were playing against Jake Browning, but we've seen him
Yeah.
play well in the NFL level
Mhm.
before. But their
Absolutely.
defense is tough. I think that's going to be a tough game. Again, we're both going, to Ireland, so it's going to be. I feel like that's tough for everybody. So I don't know how that will exactly go, but I think for that week we're facing Carson Wentz, who honestly they're saying maybe he should just start right now over JJ McCarthy. But
they tried to bench JJ McCarthy since Sam Darnold started cooking. They like, yo, why do you still want to play JJ? I'm like, I thought y'all drafted JJ to see JJ. Don't everybody want to see the first rounder? Now we didn't want to see the first rounder. They like, yo, keep Sam Darnold, keep Carson Wentz. I'm like, yo, put JJ back out there. We want JJ. I want JJ. I'm looking for JJ.
I'm sure he's played like one good quarter. But anyway,
that's the guy I wanted us to see, man.
Yeah, but we have the Vikings, obviously backup quarterback. We're gonna see obviously the bye after that. That will help immensely.
Yes.
But then we got the Browns and the Bengals. And if you look at a lot of people all over social media, like we got a pretty easy, you would say easy schedule coming up. Browns defense
or the easier side.
Offense stinks, but defense legit for sure, legit. But I think
remember they just beat the Packers too.
For sure. But I think from a defensive standpoint, which is I feel like where I'm trying to get at more, I think we will see after this week to the bye, the next couple of weeks, maybe they're more get right games. I don't know. Maybe they can just that will help them a little bit more until they get into more of a gauntlet that they have later on in the season.
No, I think that's great in terms of your perception with that. And one of the things that I'm interested to see for this defense this week was last week a step in the right direction, or was last week a one-off? Because we talked about Seattle, we talked about the Jets, and we said, man, we really haven't been able to stop the run just yet. We said, man, we struggled with Justin Fields and, some of the things that he was doing. But then we saw Justin Fields struggle the following week, and then he just got hurt, right? Carson Wentz is like, okay, we know you got that dual threat ability. He's had success against us before.
Right.
But we also know that Carson Wentz, he typically does struggle when he gets off that first read. So for this defense, it's like, man, this should be a better matchup for you. Drake May, I thought, played better. Drake May had a Drake play. He had a Drake May game. He gonna have highs and high lows. That's Drake May. If you know him because you watch him twice, so you already know what that is, right? But to me, as I'm looking at our defense right now, we're gonna find out versus a legit pro style, not loaded across the board, but they got talented players. When you look at that receiving room, Justin Jefferson, obviously Jordan Addison coming back this week, TJ Hawkinson as well. They have pieces. Heck, Adam Thielen is more of the, hey man, you the shadow of what you once were, but you still have to respect it. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like, it's still, if that's your fourth, if that's your third guy, it's like, yo, you still gotta look at it. You still gotta be aware of it.
You saw what Cooper Kupp did to us.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the part when I look at them, I will say that their O-line, this is probably going to be our best test O-line wise that we're going to be facing against our D-line versus their O-line, because I think their O-line is pretty good, man, in terms of how they run block. They do a decent enough job in terms of the pass protection, because they get put in some bad situations. Those long developing routes, we don't run a lot of that because we can't block that long. We know this. You think about them Justin Jefferson down the grass routes, man. We don't have the group to have that type of offense just yet. Now we're hoping those O-line develop into that, but the Vikings, they feel like they do, and they put those guys in those, passing situations a lot, but their O-line does do a good job. And that's the part to me that makes me a little bit concerned at times, because as you see, when, quarterbacks have time, they start looking like Joe Montana out that thing. You're like, yeah, hold on, bro. Where'd you come from, man? Who is this guy?
Yeah, 100%. And I think from the Steelers' offensive perspective, I just think, and I, again, like you said, the O-line is probably causing a lot of this. That it's we've seen a lot of Jalen Warren, a lot of Jonnu Smith, like just quick, like dump off throws. I just, what is it going to take to get DK Metcalf more involved? And I know it's maybe he's not getting open, but it's like we're paying him $30+ million a year right now. Is he not getting open all the time? Like, hopefully, I don't want him to be washed. He's like in his 20s, you know, like
no.
So
Yeah, I'm with you. Heck yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. So from what I've seen, Arthur Smith tries to do some things, but Arthur Smith to me won't go full. He's not going to go full Todd Haley to full Randy Fichtner. Heck, even full Kevin O'Connell in the sense of force feeding their favorite or their star. We would talk about AB. You knew AB was going to get, anywhere between 7 to 10 targets.
Right.
So, he's going to get his 7 catches, but he's going to get the targets. He's constantly getting thrown at. We talked about last week, right? We said, man, everybody was going crazy about Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry had 11 targets. The next guy to have most targets was 3, and that was to their running back. Justin Jefferson. The first snap of the Vikings, it's, man, you're going to get a screen, you're going to get a bubble route, you're going to get a slant. They're finding ways to just get him the ball. We will flirt with that, and we saw that on what? The screen pay where DK catches at line of scrimmage, takes, 20 yards? So you can see where we try some of that, but Arthur Smith won't spam it. He won't just say, okay, screen play to DK. All right, slant play to DK. Okay, double move deep past DK. It's like, all right, let me get one play to DK. Now let me get Jonnu. Let me get moved. Let me run the ball. Let me try to be more balanced. And that's the frustrating part because we want our stars to just get the ball. Man, get our best players the ball. But that's that little bit of a mix of scheme versus just, man, play through your player. Like, if you know that's your best player on offense, man, get him the ball as much as you can.
Yeah, and I just, even though it is a screenplay, those screenplays with DK, when he gets space, like he is taking off. I mean, he's not lost a step in speed, I'll tell you that much, but he takes off. So that's why I just like, I wish there was a way to get him more involved. And then my last concern, I will say this, I'm a little concerned about Pat Freiermuth. Like, not that I know we love him. Steeler Nation loves him. I like him as a player. I want to say he's a little overpaid. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure people agree with that. He's a little overpaid. He's not playing like $12 million a year tight end. I just feel like him and Rodgers haven't been on the same page a little bit. I mean, we saw that a little bit last game, a little bit more. He's had drops. I mean, there's that one play, that unbelievable ball.
I already know.
You know what I'm talking. Like, that was crazy.
Rolling to the right, drops an absolute dime. Yeah, you're like, bro, what?
He got bailed out, but still, it's right there. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, he's still going to make plays. He's still going to score touchdowns, but maybe they just haven't been on the same page. But I'm just a little disappointed in Moose. I feel like we talk highly of him every year. And I like John. I think Jonnu's always involved. I mean, Arthur Smith loves Jonnu, always has loved Jonnu.
That's his man.
So I like Jonnu. I feel like Jonnu's involved. I just feel like we're not getting as much Moose. And I don't really know why. That's like my only other concern.
So when I look at both of those players, part of me feels like, okay, Arthur Smith definitely likes Jonnu Smith. He prefers what he brings, but stylistically, they use them differently. I'm like, you'll look at Jonnu Smith, he'll get the flip pass, the jet sweep, he'll get the quick burst to the flat because he is more of a quicker, explosive, short area athlete, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they utilize him like that, or even you'll see him in the backfield at times, whereas Muth is more of that traditional tight end. And I think part of while we're not seeing more Muth impact, we know he's had a chance in terms of some of the drops, but more importantly, he's a guy to me that thrives down the grass, a guy that's going to thrive, man, making a linebacker actually have to cover you past 10 yards. Now, can we have a lot of past 10-yard routes from the tight end if our protection isn't what it is? Because the first thing we say when it's time to throw it deep, everybody spams me and says, yo, just bring Darnell Washington in the whole block. Okay, that's one side. What about the other side? You can't max protect, you know what I mean? If Muth is one of your guys that you want to have running those routes, that's typically the guy you want in there to block or at least to help our tackles out. So that's why I look and I'm like, I think he's still kind of suffering from O-line at the same time, because it's like, you don't get to have all the down the grass, routes that I think he would thrive in, posts, corners. I think Muth is that type of player. But how can I fully utilize that if I'm constantly feeling like, man, to release a tight end and not have him helping this tackle out, either tackle right now, Yeah, you know Rodgers about to get hit. It's like, Rodgers, get rid of it.
Right.
Yeah, quick. And I think that's all the stuff that we're seeing in terms of the lack of not just passing attack, but even attack in the middle of the field, like we've been wanting more of. It's like, man, all of that kind of works together. And what Ben said about Rodgers, I'm sure to an extent is true.
Right.
If you want to play a certain style, but you feel like I can't because of these pieces, you have to adapt. Because if you don't, and you just keep trying to go your way, I mean, we're going to be over here beating our heads, but getting beat. And it's like, man, we don't want to do that. So that's why I feel like we're kind of like in this limbo, so to speak, of, are we good or are we trash, bro? Yeah, dog,
but you know what, Moats, though? At the end of the day, listen, it's early in the season, so I think there's still time to grow. But as you've seen, I heard, who did I hear talking about this? The NFC is really, I feel like, caught up to the AFC now, and it wasn't like
finally
that before.
it took them long enough.
It took a while. I just feel like right now,
trash.
Right, I just feel like right now you got the Bills. They're definitely the top of the pedestal right now in the AFC. I mean, the Ravens still look really good offensively. Defense is a little suspect. I don't know, but they're offensively, they're still doing their thing. So they're obviously going to look like one of the better teams. I mean, the Colts are 3-0, but I don't. I mean,
you don't buy it.
They're 3-0.
You don't buy it.
Colts are 3-0. I don't care. I promise you, I don't care. The Chiefs are not a good team. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not letting that.
You. Oh my God.
That happened last year is not happening this year. That voodoo will not happen.
I'm watching these Chiefs. I'm like, bro, they are weak. They are weak this year. They are not that, man.
They're missing a couple receivers, but I still don't think that they're like. I mean, Rashee Rice is great, but I don't know if he's going to just change everything with what they're doing.
Yeah.
But when you look at that, I mean, they're like when you see like the really good teams and then you see the really bad teams right now, I think there's some really bad. Like Steelers are going to be good enough to make it this year. Like there is some bad
it's already setting up. It's already setting up. You can see it. It's already setting up. I'm like, huh. So one of the teams that we really was like concerned about, Cincinnati, now that doesn't seem as crazy anymore. I'm like, Cleveland, y'all still trying to figure out the quarterback. We're like,
And Texans are awful. Like, I mean, I don't mean to just dress these teams are awful, but they do not look good. Like these teams,
they're struggling. Yeah. And the funny part is
too much about sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I don't want to complain too much about the Steelers because it's better to, I guess, have these issues and you're winning and then you're losing. You know.
I'm with you because I'm like, man, to see teams struggle, but then you watch those same teams lose and we're struggling in similar capacities, but we're finding ways to get out of these stadiums. It's like we can't lose sight of the most important statistic, right? We can holler about all the analytics, all the running game, who got more tackles, sacks, pressures, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, who is scoring more points than the other team when that clock reads 0? And on 3 occasions, the Steelers have done that 2 times. And to me, I'm like, at this level, that's what success is. That's what winning is. And we're doing that right now. Now, the speculation of can you sustain it versus is it going to fall flat? None of us are fortune tellers. So we're all, going off of our experiences, going off of our research and what we think will happen. But all we can truly go off of is what we are currently seeing. And through 3 weeks, it's like this is a 2-on-1 team right now.
Right. And I forgot to give the Chargers their props. They're really good. They're a really good team. I will say that for sure.
The Chargers look good.
Yeah.
Chargers look good.
They look good. But yeah, right now it looks like Bills, Chargers, and Ravens are going to be good. It's just that they're just starting now 1 and 2.
Can I ask you a question? How you feeling about Derrick Henry and his phone and the ball security issues now? He like a little Caleb.
Lost a couple games for him. How
we feeling about that one? I was like, hold on now. I see you.
I'm very surprised. I mean, they say he fumbled himself too. He slammed his helmet and he fell right into the bench.
It's crazy. I was like, oh my God. He's like really in his head now. See?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, we did that to him. We made him fumble last year and he had he didn't fumble much.
Never fumbled.
So it's like that probably gets in your head a little bit. It's been happening twice now in big games, big moments. So listen, I mean, the AFC, it's going to be tough. Like we'll see when we play against the Bills. We'll see when we play against the Chargers. Like we'll see how we match up with that. But we got time. That's what I'm saying. We got some get right games, I like to call them, to figure out what we got. Because I think all it takes is just having a little bit of confidence and momentum. Like you win a couple games and you score some points. Like all of a sudden we feel better about it. We're going to go into this game and feel better about it. Just right now, it's the recency bias, and we felt like that maybe that win last week didn't really feel like a win, but wins.
But it was our first win in New England since 2008.
For years.
If that don't tell you anything, I'm like, yo, it's New England. They actually won in New England. You know,
we don't even beat them in general.
Listen. I have never won in New England. All right, I go down my list. I'm like, I got whooped every time in Buffalo. I was in New England. Every time I'm in Pittsburgh when they're playing in New England. AFC Championship game, we got stomped out in New England. I'm like, bro, I have bad memories there. NFL week opening night, Thursday night, banner drop ceremony. It's like, yo, they're what is up with Foxborough? Yeah. It's like I don't even want to go to. I don't even like to see them on the map. It's like, yo, just wipe that part out, okay?
And let's not forget too, and I want this to be kind of known too. I know they haven't played well to start the season, but people were talking about the Patriots. They're going to be like this really good team. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're like a bad, like maybe they haven't started well, but we can't just be like, okay, like 3 games in for them. People were talking playoffs for them. So if we beat a playoff team or whatever, I mean, they might be, I don't know, but like we can't just discount that. 3 weeks ago, people were saying the Patriots were a team to watch. You know,
they were saying, "Hey, Buffalo, you might need to be worried about this team right here." We and you both know this. It is like, all right, let's see what that looks like a little bit.
Yeah,
you know.
So, but I mean, other than that, like you said, if you're winning, here's everything, and we can figure it out. And I like that we got the early bye this year. So I mean, right now, I feel like. I mean, I don't know how players would feel about that because they basically got to go the whole season just playing after the early bye. But I think for the thing, like the defense right now, the offensive stuff that we're just trying to
JPJ, Deshaun Elliott, also a benefit, man. Heck yeah,
get everybody healthy. I think figure out what's going on during that bye, because right now is when we're like, if we're winning and this is happening right now, if we figure that out, get the bye week early, I think that that could change things. So,
no respect on that, man. Because I'm like, what happens once we get this running game going and we get consistently, run defense and third down and long pass defense? It's like, whoa.
For sure.
Now, what are we really going to complain about? You know what I mean? It's like,
I love what I've seen, and I know he hasn't got crazy yards per carry yet, but Jaylen Warren, you get him in space, man. In the receiving game, he's been unbelievable. I'm very happy with Jaylen Warren. Like the running game, I think we'll figure it out eventually. I mean, it's just super unfortunate that. Because I really like Caleb Johnson. It's just super unfortunate that he's not going to really have an opportunity for a while at least.
Tyler, keep a light on for him. Tyler, keep the light on for him. Don't turn the light off for him just yet. He just dimmed it a little bit. He just dimmed it a little bit.
For the next few weeks, he's really not going to have a. I mean, even when he's got
outside of injury,
even if gotten a few carries, I mean, they haven't. I mean, he just hasn't. There was the problems that we kind of mentioned. Like he hasn't looked explosive. He really hasn't. I like what Kenneth Gainwell has brought, but I think Arthur Smith likes him a little bit too much, that he's using him a little bit too much. But
I love it. Why can we all tell who Arthur Smith really likes? We're like, yo, you like him too much, bro. We know you like this dude, all right? We can all tell. Stop it.
Don't get me wrong. He makes some plays, like maybe a little bit in the screen game, a little bit like a little draw play here and there, a little pitch play. But when he's just like getting handoffs up the middle, like a lot, I'm like, oh my God.
Tyler, when we came out of week 1 and they said Kenneth Gainwell had more touches than Jaylen Warren, I'm like, we just paid Jaylen Warren, man. What are we doing? Come on, man. I thought we moved on from Najee. 430. Why ain't 30 getting touches right now, man? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, but I think, I'm still, I have faith. 2-1. I have faith. 2-1.
Heck yeah.
Until we start losing games, then I'll,
I respect that. And trust me, that makes 2 of us, man. If we're sitting here at 1-2 or 0-3, my energy would reflect what the internet's energy is surrounding the Steelers. We dumpster fire if they bad, fire everybody. But it's hard to have that approach when you are sitting at 2-1 in the most competitive professional sports league. It's like, man, every week we talk about Cleveland beating a Green Bay. How many people would even looked at that? How many people even thought that? But it's like, hey, it's not just a Steelers thing. Is that a Tomlin loss or is that a Matt LaFleur loss? Like, what do you want to call that, right? So it's like around the league, you see that happen time and time again. So that's the part where it's like, man, as long as we're winning, control what you can control. You control the dub. We got the win. We'll worry about those boogeyman teams when we face them boogeyman teams. Sure. Luckily, this week is the Vikings. Yeah,
for sure. Now you look at the AFC and you got 1-2 Chiefs, 1-2 Ravens, 1-2 Broncos. Those are all playoff teams last year. They're 1-2 right now. We're 2-1. Doesn't matter how it happened. That's what it is.
Yeah. So with that being the case, though, because I know we get into the back end of this thing as well, gotta ask you though, man, through these first 3 games, who would you say have been the best players for the Steelers on offense and on defense to you?
Offensively, like I said, I mean, again, I know the yards per carry aren't crazy, but I love Jaylen Warren. I really do. I think when he gets a screen and he has a little bit of space, he makes almost the first guy miss almost every time when he has
Every
space,
time.
and he
Every
takes
time.
off. I love Jaylen Warren. Like I said, I would like to see a little bit more DK, like, because I was super happy about him, but Jaylen Warren's been my favorite so far on offense, just from a standpoint of receiving, running, everything. I think the line will figure it out, and it'll get better. Honestly, I know the numbers aren't like stat stuffing, but I like Jonnu Smith. Like, maybe he just gets used.
Okay.
I know it's not a lot. It's like 20 yards, or he
No.
gets like whatever. But he's
He
getting the
didn't touch
ball.
paint. He just scored for us. Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's making plays. Like, I feel like we use him enough. Our big name players, I guess, aren't like really the guys yet. Like, I'm not going to say Aaron Rodgers is my favorite right now yet. Like, he played great week 1 and still does lead the NFL in touchdowns right now. But I think there's more to see from him. But right now, I like Jaylen Warren. I've liked Jonnu Smith. I like those guys right now.
Okay.
Defensively, I know he against Seattle got beat 1 game, but Jalen Ramsey, I like Jalen Ramsey.
Need that Ramsey. Need that.
I love the way he's a competitor. He's a fierce competitor. I love the way he talks. Yeah, he got beat here and there, but I love Jalen Ramsey.
He also beat them in that game too with that pick. You remember that now? Yeah. He got action, bro.
So Jalen Ramsey, I've loved on defense. I mean, listen, I know that I don't think he did much the first game, but everybody, it seems like it's really quiet now with Cam Hayward, because Cam Hayward.
Yes, sir.
If we're gonna discount what he just did last, like, maybe the numbers won't show it exactly, but like I feel like he was balling, and you're gonna wait for me to see TJ Watt, but honestly, until last week, I wasn't gonna say his name yet. But obviously, TJ's TJ. He's gonna do his thing, so I'll never complain about that. Like, I know people are trying to complain about that. There's one play that he's jogging that people are trying to complain about.
Already know. Trust me, I know the play. I was sitting next to my when it happened. I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill it for this.
but he balled out last game, so I'm not going to complain about him. But Jalen Ramsey, I'm saying everybody right now, it already shows. It's been 1 game. Derek Harvin's already shown that he makes a difference already in 1 game. So
yes. Facts on that. I see you. You be locked in. That's why you here. That's what you're doing. What you doing, man? Keep doing what you're doing. Okay.
1 game. There's been 5 turnovers. We stopped the run. Stop the run finally. So
yes, sir.
I like Derek Harvin up in the middle. So he's obviously getting healthy. Deshaun Elliott practiced today, so we're getting healthy.
I like that. And look, and I am glad that you were mentioning the names of the jerseys that my guy, my little man owns, because I need those players to play well, so I don't have to keep replacing the jerseys. He went to school with the Jalen Ramsey on today, and I was like, please don't let this be a 1-year throwback. Please don't, because we've been trending in the wrong direction. Okay, so he had a Ramsey, he had the DK on the other day. Okay, so far we so good. We just pray for us, though. All right, Tyler, just pray for us. Because
you know what, though?
I don't know.
Even if I think Ramsey will be at least a 2-year, but if he is, if he is a 1 year,
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, I can't. Not another 1 year, bro. Not another 1 year.
I think that number 5 though is clean though. I like that 5.
Look, Tyler, he had the 5 on, and they just dropped the Steeler Crocs. He had the Steeler Crocs. He felt great. He was like, I'm like, yo, and they won. I'm like, yo, let's go. You know what I mean? So I need Ramsey to last longer than a year here.
Hopefully 2. Hopefully at least 2. Right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. After 2, hey, it's all good. I got my money's worth. All right, but at least just give me 2, please. All right, we ain't asking for much, man. Jeez. So I like it. I like it, and I will say this. You've been doing your thing with the picks of the week, man. All right, let's keep it going. All right. So
last week was rough for me. I think it was like 5 and something last week. It was bad.
But your first 2 games, your first 2 weeks, you've been locked in, man. I mean, we've been going. I'm like, all right, let's go. So just all right. We're gonna see if you keep it going. All right. We're gonna drop them picks out again tomorrow, man. But this is the Tyler we always talk about when we say, man, we got our picks in. These my picks, these picks. So yeah, you know what it is. All right. So absolutely, man. But before we get up out of here, man, you got any final takeaways? We know you have your preview. We're dropping that tomorrow for the everybody to see, man, in terms of your score prediction and everything like that. Yeah. But do you got any final takeaway, man, or anything left before we get up out of here?
Listen, I think the defense going to figure it out. I think we're going to see it this week. I think, going to Ireland, like far travel. Like I think it's going to be tough for both teams. I think the game, we're probably going to be ugly on offense again, and it's probably just going to be an ugly game. But I think I'm ready to see like I'm ready to see like a 17-13 kind of game. I know we hate that. I know we kind of hate that because we want to see our offense.
No. I like those games. I like those games. You know I like them games.
Like, yeah, like we're gonna have a defensive.
I want a 13-10. I want one of them.
And
yeah,
right. So everybody in the beginning of the season said, "Oh, the offense looks good, defense doesn't." I was one of them. But you know what? I think we're gonna get defense looks good again, offense stinks again. But I just think that's just all just a part of this long travel. It's the Vikings have a very good defense, but I like
Flo got the boys cooking over there,
I like
man.
us winning ugly. I like us winning ugly this weekend, and you know what? I'm fine with that because I think the Vikings are. I mean, I'm not sure about their quarterback position, but they have a solid team. I mean, they're a good team.
They do.
So that'll be a good win. So we'll see. We'll get to 3-1 at the bye. 3-1 at the bye, and if we didn't like how we played, then would feel great. You know, so can't hate.
Hey, let's go, Tyler. Hey, I like your energy on it, man. So hopefully next time we do this, we'll be celebrating the victory and we'll all be feeling good about ourselves, okay? But other than that, man, appreciate you again, man. We'll do this again next time, all right?
100%. All right, we'll
no doubt, man. Peace. Shout out right there, man. Tyler Candelaria spending some time with us. Like I said, if y'all enjoyed my man hopping on the show with us as well, make sure you hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.